Welcome, guys. My name is Ralian, and this is my channel. Hopefully, you guys are able to get some information out of this channel as far as any videos that I post. But today, I'm going to be doing Zhongli testing with 15 different sets. That'll be with the Retracing Bolide set, combos with sets as far as Noblesse Oblige, Petra set, Noblesse Oblige Bloodstain set, Bloodstain and Petra set, and then a full Gladiator set. And each goblet will be different too, as far as either an HP percent goblet, Phys damage percent goblet, and a Geo percent goblet. The whole point of this video is to get you guys to understand what will be the best way to build Zhongli, because the thing is, there's so many different ways to build them. You could build them as your auto attack hero, or your burst hero, or your shielding hero, or even a mix of all three. But either way, it really depends on what you would want to do. Okay, so constellation is a factor when it comes to this Zhongli, but what I would want to let you guys in on, most of it has to do with the talents. So my talents are rated at 7, 12, 13. So I already did this calculation with a what I could figure out as far as, hold on, let me see here. Let me try to see if his burst damage, this is what we're going off. If you hit level 10 on him, not everyone's going to hit level 10 as far as talents go, but if you hit level 10, the max damage you can do with your burst is 899% damage. Right now, mine is at 13, so I have 1084% damage. So we're looking at 899 divided by roughly 1084. So 82% or maybe 83% of the damage that I'm currently doing. So let's say I do a crit of 120k, right? Currently with my gear, with my talent at level 13, if you get this to level 10, you multiply that by about an 83%, and this is roughly the number of bursts you would do. I'm doing 120k, you guys are probably doing like 100k. That's if you have a C0 Zhongli. Most of his talents that he's or like his constellations have to do with quality of life type deals. So we're talking about being able to put down another pillar that ups your damage depending on how many pillars you have on the field. C2 gives you an overshield when you, or it gives you a shield as soon as you burst. And then this one gives you more damage for the pillar because of the levels. And then this one gives you more damage because of the levels in befall, which is your burst. This just increases the AoE as far as the burst goes. It doesn't do anything else. Increases the Petrify by 2 seconds. Petrify, it plays a decent part, but the 2 seconds is not that much. So if you have your Zhongli at C2, you're already really good, like in really good standing. Because the damage wise, I think he shines more with the shield that you stack on him and whatnot. So the last one, it just heals you for the damage that you take, like a percentage of the damage that's tacked on to the shield. The higher your HP, the more you heal, because there's a cap on it. It's about an 8% HP cap on it. So that aside, the only thing that would probably separate either free to play or anything like that is refinements. So you would just have to take into consideration how much less HP or how much less attack bonus you're getting off of the HP. But in the end, stats is what matters for this whole experiment. So
where are those
whether you can reach these numbers or not, no matter what, as long as I say you would reach a comfortable crit rate ratio, that's what I'm trying to reiterate in this whole video, or try to explain in totality, is that crit rate really drives how much damage you're going to be doing, because everything else, because of this staff, the stats on this staff, the crit damage percent, the HP percent, you're able to build Zhongli in so many different ways. only focusing on either crit rate, energy recharge, or attack percent, and some other HP stuff. But we're gonna try to see exactly which set you would, because the thing is, not everyone has all these sets, so this is more to help you guys decide whether you would want to run Retracing Bolide set, Noblesse Oblige Petra, or if you want to go physical damage percent, so you can just dish out a bunch of auto attack damage if he's your carry, like your physical damage DPS carry, or if you want to bring him on to bring a shield and burst. That is probably the best bet for Zhongli, but his auto attack, do not sleep on it because it is massive, especially with this staff. This set is the Geo percent Retracing Bolide set. So we're trying to focus on having Geo percent and then a full 4 set of Retracing Bolide. What I ended up coming up with these stats is 44% crit rate, 210% crit damage, 126% energy recharge. This is really clutch when you want to drop down more bursts. But depending on the situation, if enemies are dying or not, that actually plays like a factor into how fast you get your burst. But if you're doing like a one-on-one situation, yeah, you would want that to be higher. So we got 75% geo damage bonus percent and no physical damage percent. Most of the damage is going to come from the 4 set, which gives you 40% normal and charge attack damage. And your shield is going to be ridiculous. 1.8k attack, 27k HP. Let's do it. And this is Geo Goblet. We're testing all of this on floor 11 because the enemies there, they're above 90, and that's what I want to keep it at. So it has the same playing field. There's no damage bonuses, nothing affecting this, no resonance, just flat damage, and then we'll test it out. And the thing is, in here, Zhongli never dies, so unless I don't have my shield up, that's the one thing you're going to see, and that's the pattern that you're going to see as far as if you have high HP, you can leave on your shield and it will probably expire before you take the damage, most likely. We'll do this one because this one just affects my cooldown for my E, and then that's about it. No damage increases, nothing. And we're just going to keep doing this floor over and over and over again, or this chamber, and then we're going to test the different damages, see the cap outs, see what's going on, and yeah, let's do it. So I'll put 1 E down just to test the pulse damage without the shield. So critting, we're looking at 4.6. I put my shield on. I do a 9.8 and 5.4k is the damage. My auto attacks are like at a 4.2 max, maybe 5.1k. And then we try a burst. 93k. That was a 93k burst attack. This is Retracing Bolide set. Like, the auto attacks, they're pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie, but with the mixture of the geo percent damage being this high, that's what's making this kind of like a good like middle ground. So my crit rate is kind of low, so I'm not gonna crit all the time, but this is kind of relatively close to what could be like, this is close to my end game build that I'll show you guys after this. But yeah, after this, let me just burst one more time, try to get a crit, a clean crit.
I will have order.
No crits, 30k. All right, but we saw the crit was like around 98k, and there's no other bonuses to be had here. So let's move on to the next set. Next set will be Retracing Bolide, but with HP percent. So what we're probably going to see here with the spike in damage, I would say the auto attack is going to go up, and the burst is going to go down. But I don't think it's going to go down significantly, because the thing is, substats make a lot of this. So let's see here. Attributes. we're still sitting kind of close to
Memphis
1.9k
wine tastes the
attack
same
per,
as I remember.
total, but
Where are
32k
those
HP.
who
This is up
share the
from,
memory?
I think it was what, like 24k or something like that. 24k HP. Let me just make sure. It was this Geo Cup. It was this Geo Cup. Oh, 27k. So an extra 5k. Like about an extra 5k HP is what we're gaining. Attack is relatively staying the same, but our crit rate, 45%. Crit damage went up a little bit. Same energy recharge. Geo percent went way down by 50% because of the cup. And that's about it. So let's test out the auto attack damage and burst damage and see how this pans out. I think this is the best place to test out. But again, like I said, just because I have all these high numbers, it's mainly because of talent levels. That's the main thing that's going on here. Refinement level of the staff, that actually is a lot too. But if you're able to get artifacts similar to these, you will be doing similar amounts of damage. Your auto attack definitely should be up there too. But yeah, let's go. All right, so we go 1E. So each tick before, it was like at 4 point something when I didn't have a shield, and it was 5 something, like 5.4k without a shield. So now I'm doing like 4.6k damage, but my auto attacks, they're definitely hitting higher. They're almost going over 6k damage. 79k, so I lost almost roughly like, I want to say 15 to 17k in burst damage, but my auto attack, like, and my burst is back too, but that's only because enemies died. My shield still didn't expire. You can see that, like, I'm taking absolutely no damage right now. 79k on all of them. That's like the max. Auto attack is still pretty good. Drop another pillar just for more energy recharge. Yup. That small amount of crit rate helps so much. So that's pretty much this run. So you can test, like, you can even see like the shield differences if I'm taking any damage. Like, I'm just pretty much clicking here. My shield still hasn't expired, and we'll just leave it at that as far as damage. So if you want a higher burst, I would say you're probably better off with a Geo Cup. But that balance with the crit rate is very important. The same attack, roughly 1.8k. I lost almost 2k HP, maybe a little bit more or so. Crit rate is staying about the same. Crit damage is about the same. All this energy recharge is about the same. So we're dealing with similar stats. So you can see like the small changes with the physical damage bonus, Geo percent, and whatever. But as far as I can tell, the most comfortable from what I was looking at between the Retracing Bolide set, I would think the best thing to do is to run a Geo Cup so far. But this might change my mind. We'll see. Because auto attacks are good, and the downtime between your burst and then you're doing all your other stuff, it just really depends on how you're using Zhongli. If he's your main DPS, then yeah, I would totally understand that you need him to get his attack up. But when you're switching between characters and doing all that stuff, doing setups, that takes a big, it makes a big difference. So now we're doing 3.5k with the E, and then with shield 4.1. So we lost roughly like 500 per tick. Burst wise, I didn't see any crit there, so we'll just keep going. But my auto attacks, I'm still not topping. Oh, there it is, 7.5k. Oh wait, hold on, let me get down. Do this. Oh, I didn't have my shield up. 70k burst. That was without shield, I think. Let me see if I can get one more off, because I want to see if I can get that higher. I think I could. But the auto attack, look at that. Being able to hit 7.5k damage, are you kidding me? With a physical damage percent Zhongli, that's... Look, 14k charge attack. This is by himself. He's just doing this by himself, by the way. So. Oh, that was without the shield again. Let me see if I can build it up again. But this is kind of nasty, to be honest. I wasn't expecting this much out of the physical damage. But the burst, I still didn't try with a shield. But you can see my shield is kind of deteriorating a little bit faster. Almost got my burst. I just want to make sure my shield's up by the time I got my burst. Shield's up. Almost. Burst time. No crit. Alright, we'll throw a shield down. Let's go burst. Try to get as many people as we can. Oh, still 70k. So I did have my shield on. But that's the max. 70k is the max with this. We lost 9k for the burst, but his auto attack is like ridiculous right now. Like this is no joke. Doing 14k attack with the auto attack, it's very complicated. So now we'll go back to the Geo set with an HP percent clock. All right, good. I just want to make sure that was correct. So we'll go with this because it has some crit rate. And then we'll go Geo Cup. Where's the Geo Cup? So now we're sitting at 1.4k attack versus roughly around the same crit rate, roughly around the same crit damage. Energy recharge is a little lower, but the Geo is there. So my HP is at 33k. I think the last time we were testing this, I was at maybe like 27k HP. So we gained like 6k HP. We're talking about 6k HP versus 400 attack. So we're going to try to gauge this out to see what scales better. Like the attack numbers or the HP numbers. 6k HP. This is making him extremely tanky. And his auto attack should be up there too. I would say it's up there, but I don't know if it's going to be like up there. But we'll see. Same, no damage bonuses, nothing like that. Start it off, drop 1E. This is Geo damage percent. So that's without the shield, 4.7. We'll put the shield on. Now it's doing 5.5. Auto attacks are reaching decent numbers. 5.6. Alright, let me try to burst. 94k. Okay, I think this actually did more damage than when I had my attack percent for sure. I think it's by like 3k. We'll definitely put those numbers in just to make sure. But these auto attacks, I think they're roughly around the same with that the first set that I had on. I think my top hit though won't go over 5k. And then my charge does like 9k. 94k. So this is actually pretty nasty. This is not bad. It's very viable, I would say. So if you have like a better HP percent, Sands of Eon versus an attack percent, it might be worth using that over the attack percent. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty good, because the thing is, it's not just the HP increase you're getting. Your shield is way stronger, and you're only sacrificing a little bit of damage, just a little bit. Like auto attack wise, I think I sacrificed a little bit. Geo burst, I sacrificed a little bit, and then I think for the ticks on the pillar, I sacrificed a little bit too. But I think when I change this to HP percent, it might be a different game. I really don't know what's gonna happen, and that's the set we're gonna run now. HP percent Goblet, HP percent Sands of Eon. Let's go here and change this to the HP percent. Where is it? This one. Okay. So I hope you guys are so far kind of seeing differences here. They're small differences, but you know, depending on what you end up mixing around with the Retracing Bolide set, it just shows you what's viable, what could be viable. So I mean, and so far all of it is pretty good. Like there's nothing that's holding him back. Only maybe when you're going against Geo enemies, that's probably the worst thing. But other than that, you know, Geo with that freaking big change in burst. Oh, so we're looking at 4K without the shield. Put the shield up. I have 38k HP. My auto attacks are reaching almost physical damage percent numbers. Let's go burst. No crits, so we'll try to do it again. My shield is still not gone. Shield's still not gone. Shield's still not gone. Alright, shield's gone. Or I think it wasn't, but there we go. Drop the burst.
Order guide you.
79k crit on the burst. And these auto attacks are fantastic, by the way. This is like... What are we doing with charged? Oh, 10k charge attacks. That's with the shield. My shield's still not off.
Order guide you.
The crit is just not happening often. I don't know where my crit rate's at. Or I could be getting unlucky, but yeah. You've seen all these numbers. Look at all those 2200s. 4.6k ticks. This is pretty decent. This is pretty decent. This is all HP build too.
Solidify.
And I could just have this shield here. I'll just chill here like this. Let them do their stuff. I got my burst back. Maybe I'll throw down the burst, see what happens. My shield's still not gone, by the way. After all this, I'm just AFKing, by the way. Shield's still not gone. It's probably... It expired. I think it expired. I don't think it broke. But, yeah. That's what we're testing with that. Alright, so 46k HP. Ticks. 4k ticks. With that little geo damage bonus. So now we have 4.6k ticks. Auto attacks are reaching... I think they're reaching really good numbers. But the thing is that my crit damage, that's the problem.
I will have order.
I didn't see any crits. Yeah, but my highest crit is going for like 4 point something K with my auto attacks. But like my low end crits, they're like 3k. And they were sitting at like 2 point something K before.
This is order.
80k. That's an 80k burst. Alright? 80k burst. These auto attacks are plenty fine. This shield is not going anywhere. Like, absolutely nowhere.
Order guide you.
80k, they're dead. My shield, I mean, I could just stay here and do nothing the whole time. Maybe I'll collect these bubbles just for fun. I should have been collecting these before, but look, I didn't refresh. Oh, now it's gone, right? So look how many bubbles there are. Oh, damn, I took them out with my thing, but let's see. 1, 2, getting electrified. He's not putting any more bubbles. 3, 4 bubbles with all their damage they were doing to me. This is very viable. A full HP build, if you wanted to, is still very good. If you can keep his crit rate up there and get his crit damage up there somehow, the only thing that maybe that could be different is changing his HP percent helmet with a crit damage helmet that has a lot of crit rate. But yeah, this is pretty nasty. That was pretty nice. I would say that that has to be pretty freaking good for not having like any high crit damage or like, you know, Staff of Homa is definitely balancing all this stuff out, of course. But because if I didn't have the staff, I'd have 120% crit damage. So remember that. Level 90 Staff of Homa gives you 66% crit damage and like 30% HP or 20% with the R1. Right now I have it at R3, so it's 30%. Okay, moving on. Same Geo Goblet, Bloodstained, not Bloodstained. We're doing Petra Noblesse set. So this is 2-piece Phys percent damage and then the burst damage. So my E should go down, but crit rate's higher. Crit damage is a bit higher. This is good. This is good as is because I don't need that much crit rate. I try not to go over 50. I could go over 50, but if I want more damage, I gotta keep my crit damage above the 240 threshold. So that's my usual balance. I try to do like a 1-to-5 ratio, kind of, if I could. Because after 50%, you know, the chance that you don't crit, but the times that you do crit is still pretty high enough that you're doing tons and tons and tons of damage. If I could squeeze in more crit rate, I would, but I would have to change the goblet mainly, I'd say, and clock piece. And attack percent, Sands of Eon. And then we'll change to an HP percent just to test attack percent versus HP percent. So we have elemental damage burst and physical damage. No Petra bonus. Onwards, onwards. It's almost 34k HP. My shield probably won't break that much, but my geo percent, I'm ticking at 4k without shield.
Solidify.
With shield, 4.7. Burst, 92k, almost 93k. Auto attack dipped a little bit, but it's still, I would say, still pretty good. It's just not going over 5k.
Order guide you.
Well, my burst is coming back like ridiculous. I would say faster than before. This is actually a good balance to have it at 93k roughly.
I will have order.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let's try it with an HP percent cup real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the next set. Because I think this was supposed to be 2-piece Noblesse and like 2-piece Bloodstain maybe, but we have so many different variants that it's getting close to similar. Let's go with this. I lost 400 attack. I gained almost 6k HP. I gained a little bit of crit damage, I think. All right. Dokily. Just give me a second here. Okay. Crit, 4k, roughly same thing. 4.7k, roughly same thing. Like, that's the difference between HP percent and attack percent. I'm reaching auto attacks roughly the same number. 94k, higher burst damage. This is what I'm saying. I think for Zhongli meta definitely has to be HP percent Sands of Eon, no matter what. Like, it's almost undisputable at this point. As long as I have a good HP percent cup, I'm probably going to use an HP percent, not cup, Sands of Eon.
This is order.
Look at that. So I gained, like, I would say maybe a little bit of attack. I think I did gain some attack. And then my crit rate went higher.
This is order.
HP is higher, my shield's stronger. I mean, yeah, this is definitely better. It's so much better. Survivability wise, way much better. 39k HP with that set. That's actually pretty decent. The only thing is I'm borrowing a lot of pieces from people. That's why I can't like fully pick this stuff for him. But yeah. Moving onwards. Here we go. Phys damage and Geo. So this is 2-piece Petra, 2-piece Bloodstain now. That's this. I think that's what I had before, but the only thing that's changing is physical damage percent instead of HP percent cup. Okay. And we'll change this to this. Where is it? This. And we'll change. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. So 1.8k attack, 25k HP. I'm hovering around 40% crit rate, but I have almost 270% crit damage. Energy recharge 115, which is mediocre. Physical damage percent 83%. Geo 43%. So this is a good balance in between. I lose the Noblesse Oblige 20% extra damage, but maybe this will recoup it. We'll see. I don't know. I have a really high crit damage value, so HP, I think it was 25k, right? We'll see when I get in here. I lost a lot of HP. That's the problem. Tons and tons of HP, and because I lost my goblet. I'm gonna try to see if I can test something else out too. But onwards, good people. We're taking at before shield 4.3, after shield 5.1, burst 87k. So I lost maybe like 6k burst damage. My auto attack, it's definitely up there by a bit. 14. I'm almost doing the same damage I was with the Retracing Bolide set. If you guys remember, Retracing Bolide, my top crit was 14k, but my shield disappears a lot faster with this set. And my burst is much more damage here, I think, too. So this is actually better. I feel like Retracing Bolide, you could build it, but if you have a better 2-piece Bloodstain with like a Phys damage percent cup, you're probably better off. Like a 2-piece Bloodstain, 2-piece Petra set, that's good. I think it's better than Retracing Bolide. The only thing is your shield would be way stronger in Retracing Bolide. That's the edge that you're getting. So my shield is not that strong because I have 25k HP. See, I'm losing like decent amount of HP, but I traded off a lot of damage. So yeah, support-wise, his shield is not that long standing. It's like, it's okay, but like, let me see how many bubbles I can take on. 1, 2, whoa. I think I picked up 1/3, but no, wait. That's it. Let me try again. Go here. Go. 1. Oh, man. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bubbles. Roughly 5 bubbles. That's without taking all their electro damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the electro damage takes it off. So his shield is strong, but it's not that strong. So let that play a factor to you getting a little bit more damage, depending on what set you're using. So onwards. This is 2-piece Noblesse, and it looks like 2-piece Petra with Geo. I lost some crit rate, crit damage at 249.8%. I can actually get that higher because I think, which flower was I using? Oh, I was using this flower. We can swap out the thing, but it will be, my crit rate will be much lower, below 40%. I don't know if I want to do that. Wait a second, actually, oh no. This is the highest my crit damage could go. Just make sure I got the correct pieces on. Yeah, These are the correct pieces. So we'll keep it at this. I could bring this actually higher by like 5% or so, and then lose crit damage, but we'll keep it at this. 1.7k attack, 25k HP, geo percent, 90%. 25k HP though, that's really good.
But where are those who...
All right, so I think with this one, my burst will be the highest. Nothing will beat my burst other than this. I think I could even take it higher if I wanted to. If I really wanted to, I would lose some crit rate, I think. So let me see. Yeah, let's go with this. 37% crit rate, 253% crit damage. My attack is roughly the same. HP almost 26k. Same stuff though. Same stuff. We're dealing with the same stuff, and we have many times to test out the burst. But more or less, you get what I'm trying to aim at. So these sets that I'm testing, you'll see I'm probably not going to crit as much, but my damage is going to be high. So if you can squeeze in more crit rate, please do. Do not keep it at 37. That's like doo-doo. It's complete cockamamie stuff. It's a waste. I would say 45%, 50%, 60% is the best, I would say. Because even when you have 70% crit rate, you're still basing it off of that. Like, there's a 30% chance you won't do that crit damage, so... yeah. So, let's see this. This is ticking for 5.5k. With shield on. 6.4k. Burst. 121k burst. 121k shield burst. Auto attacks, they're pretty still decent. They're not going over 4k, so that's the only problem here. But as long as these crits keep landing, this 121k crits, it's still pretty good. But you can still make this better auto attack wise. Like my auto attacks are kind of back to when Zhongli was before he got his buff. And my energy recharge is low, but my ticks are pretty high. Like it really depends on what you're gonna do, like which other characters you're bringing in. If you're basing off of your pulses, geo, HP percent, maybe a little attack percent. Oh gosh. Whoop. Oh. Sleeve. Jeez.
Feeling a little...
That shield, that 25k shield is such a problem. But you pretty much get the gist of that set. 121k, that's the highest crit rate I had. This is my main set. This is what I use on a daily basis, and this is what I chose to go with because I don't have a good goblet. But because it has the same set, that's what's giving it the edge, because I'm able to go from this crappy helmet, excuse me, to this amazing helmet. HP percent, attack percent, crit rate. So I'm sacrificing a little bit of crit damage, but look at how high I can get my crit damage at. 271%, 45% crit rate, 115% energy recharge, geo percent 43%, and my auto attack is still kind of low. Attack is at like almost 32k. I think this is not my full set though. I run, hold on, something's off. I mean, I do this, but there's also like without this flower, I could change it to my crit rate flower to get it to 50% crit rate. But this crit damage, that crit damage though is pretty freaking high. So we'll keep it at this and we'll see what happens. Almost 32k HP. Crit damage is high, crit rate is high. Not that high, but decently high. And we're going HP percent. So my burst probably will drop 10k maybe, I want to say. My auto attacks should be higher. And my E should go down too. Let's see. Yeah, he's ticking for 4.8 without shields. Now 5.6. It's roughly no. I lose like 600 per tick.
I will have
Burst
order.
wise, 109k. So I'm losing like 14k damage by going this. My crit is more often though. My auto attack is higher. Like not by a lot, but it's by a decent amount. That was, I think, crit without my shield on.
Stabilize.
My shield is stronger for sure. So this is like a good balance between having a good shield, some good auto attacks. I'm not gonna be auto attacking with him that much, but oh, wait, hold on. Let me get these pulses up. Oh, shield up. Maybe the shield before they start wrecking me. Ah.
Stabilize. I will have order.
Yeah, 109k. It's roughly max. Alright, so next set we're rolling with is Geo % Gladiators. So, let's pick the best Gladiator piece, which is this for him. All these stats are magnificent. Geo % Cup. Go with this. This crit damage flower. We'll go. Not that flower, not that feather. It's this feather. I think is that one, right? Yeah. And then maybe a crit rate helmet. I mean, I could go crit damage. Let me see. Let me see what the difference is. All right, 75% geo bonus, 60% crit rate, 194% crit damage. HP is almost 30k HP, 1.8k attack.
Rise.
So these attacks, what do we got? Without the shield, 4.5k ticks. Now we're at 5.3k ticks. Burst, 90k bursts. Auto attacks. Nothing over 5k that I see so far. My charge attack was 6k most. So this is okay. It's not ideal though, I don't think. If you're like focusing on his normal attack bonus. Yeah, you could definitely go better sets than full glad. And my gladiator pieces are pretty freaking good, I would say. So we'll try the HP % Goblet. It should change my stats pretty drastically. Let me see. Right? No. Okay, fine. Let's do Phys damage. Phys damage. Best one would be this one. Let's go. What are we looking at attribute-wise? 1.8k attack. Almost 28k HP. 57% crit rate. 13% crit damage, so I gain like almost 20% crit damage, almost. Lost geo %, gain physical from the cup. Vámonos, vámonos, vámonos. Okay. Okale dokale.
Quake.
3.4k ticks with shield. 4. What? 4k ticks? That's the most?
Order guide you.
Wow, then that means 70k is my top. And then my auto attacks. 10k max. Not better than Petra Geo set. I mean Petra Bloodstain.
Crumble. I will have order.
Yeah. This is not better than Petra Bloodstain for sure. Give me not that one. Give me this one. This is what we're working with now. HP percent. Glad. Okay. All right. Attributes. Almost 1.9k attack. 30, almost 35k
the
HP.
same as I remember.
Crit rate is way higher and
But
crit
where
damage
are
is
those
higher.
who share the
Energy. I lost all my physical damage percent, so my auto attack is gonna go down. I don't know how much it'll go down by. I don't think it'll go down by a lot. But let's see. Let's check it out. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna be lower. I really don't. Like that much lower. But my E should be better and my burst should be better. I was hitting 69k and then 4k max on the ticks for the crits. 3.8k for max, and then with shields 4.5k. So I gained 500 a tick. Burst wise, we're looking at 77k. So I gained like 8k for losing my Phys damage bonus. So my auto attacks, they're higher than when I had my Geo Cup because of the HP. I want to try to see if I can hit a crit. I think it was 7k. 7.4k is max. 77k. But yeah. I would say at the end of the day, if I was going to pick max endgame set for Zhongli, max endgame, it would have to be 2-piece Noblesse Oblige, 2-piece Petra set with an HP percent Sands of Eon and a Geo percent Cup. If you can somehow get your hands on something like that, just do it. It'll be 100% worth it. Yeah. So what are we looking at here? Crit rate 54%, crit damage 253%. And then I could change this into this. 45% crit rate, 267% crit damage, 127% energy recharge. Attack is 1.7, 32k HP. I think this is probably number one. This might be number one. Number one. Even though I'm like low crit rate, I could switch out that flower, but this is probably the best that I could do for now. And yeah. But that's my conclusion, guys. If I were you for endgame, 2-piece Noblesse Oblige, 2-piece Petra, a Geo percent Cup, and a HP percent Sands of Eon. Crit damage helmet if you could swing it. And then the rest of the stats just can't be Elemental Mastery. No Elemental Mastery. So this is ticking for almost 5.5k.
This is order.
107k was the max. My auto attack is really high. This is like the best of all worlds. My charge attack hits for 8k. 106, almost 107k. This is the best build, best scenario. Yep, that's it. This is undoubtedly the best that I could do for Zhongli. If I want to get his crit rate higher, I sacrifice crit damage, roughly like 10% or so, but I'll be critting constantly. If you have only an HP percent Goblet and it has really good substats, freaking use it. Don't sleep on it. It's better than an attack percent Goblet for sure. HP percent versus attack percent, this is probably the better way to go if you have better substats. You could go an attack percent Goblet. Like I do have one, and I could use it for testing, but the crit rate is low. I would gain some HP. It's just that attack alone, I don't know if it ups it, like, because I need a good shield. 32k HP, that shield is money. So yeah. I mean, that's the extent of the video. There's not much more that I could do to explain what else there is. So you guys can take that with whatever you want. Just run through the. Don't forget down in the description box below, all the timestamps will be listed there, and I'll list each section so that you guys can focus on what set you have and maybe just reflecting on something that I have. Take a look at the stats. All the stats will be listed in the video, and I run it before each set. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you into the next one. Please like, subscribe, and share if you would, please. I'd appreciate it. Take care, guys. Peace.